Have I seen the daily Aang Twitter post defending Jet? Why would you ask me that? Have you seen this? Have you seen the Twitter post from this one person? What are you talking about? You're like a fish asking me how I felt about one particular kelp leaf. What do you want me to comment on? It was a big thing, Lamau. A big thing. Was it really a big thing? Was it really a big thing? 2,100 quote tweets. I guess that's. This is the only thing I'm getting stunlocked by, and then we're looking at other shit. Okay. This could cause controversy. My biggest problem with ATLA is how it depicted colonized people as villains for using violence against settlers. Characters like Jet and Hama get horrible treatment simply for fighting back against the oppressing nation. Writers pampered the Fire Nation way too much to the point where you have fans that hate on Jet Hama for having evil intention against the Fire Nation, as if it wasn't an imperialist power that took part in ethnic cleansing, genocide, and senseless murder. This is too complicated. None of you are smart enough to understand my thoughts on this. All of your baby brains would melt if exposed to 1/10 of my thoughts on this subject. These two are bad people. However, it's way too common in media to do this trope, the like bad revolutionary trope. You know what I mean? Like, the Fire Nation is like ultra genocidal in ATLA. So for there to be multiple times where it's like, no, you can't be bad against the people of the Fire Nation. It's the government that's bad. Like, that's true. Don't get me wrong. That's a correct statement. It's just like, you choose where to you choose where the narrative goes. You know what I mean? I guess, like, a comparative example would be, like, imagine you have an anime, like, shonen show that takes place in Nazi Germany, and instead of Aang, you have, like, French resistance fighters and, like, Jewish, like, resistance groups or whatever, and there were multiple storylines where you encounter a Jew who's, like, too eager about killing Germans, and it's like, hold on there, bucko, not all these Germans are super bad, and, like, it's true, a lot of them are victims of their government's policies, but that's an odd thing to choose to focus on. Why do we always talk about Nazi Germany? The comparison between Nazi Germany and the Fire Nation is extremely apt. I think if anything, if Ozai had done his big meme at the end, probably would have had a death toll way the fuck higher than anything the Nazis would have gotten. I mean, there's Japan too. Well, yeah, it's not like the Fire Nation and the Japanese are analogous, so it's not as the Japanese didn't kill millions of people during the invasion of Manchuria and stuff. Yeah. Compare them to Imperialist Japan. Yeah, but like the average Westerner doesn't know how bad Imperialist Japan was. I feel like a lot of people, like, listen, the Nazi Germany comparison is just because, like, the Fire Nation was really, really bad. But if I go, like, oh, Imperialist Japan, like, I bet a lot of people when I say Imperialist Japan are just going to immediately think of, like, oh, yeah, there was, like, a bad emperor, and, like, they were evil. Like, I don't think they, the extent of the bad, I think is under, under appreciated by, yeah. I gotta think of Pearl Harbor, the greatest crime of Imperial Japan. Yeah. Why do I have a little cough? I didn't have a little cough earlier. Yeah, no, wait. I think feudalist realism. I think you're right. I think it's valuable to learn not to actually no. I feel like maybe it's pretty justified, right? Because the thing that made Aang different from, like, the Earth Kingdom or whatever else is, like, Aang had a truly humanist solution to the conflict, whereas otherwise, like, it would have just been, like, different governments fighting over who controlled the world, you know? Like the focus on non-essentialist resistance against the Fire Nation was important because Aang's, like, humanist pacifism was the thing that ended up successfully resolving the conflict, you know? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of a cop out. I don't know if it was a cop out. It was just, yeah. I thought Aang solved the issue with the giant turtle rocking up and giving him powers last minute. Wasn't there a whole speech by by Iroh, which was like if he went and he confronted Azula, that it would just be seen as like a power coup. Like the conflict would have to be resolved in a way that like felt as though it was truly bringing about an end to things, as opposed to it just being like internal politic being settled. I mean, a lot of that was also to set up a big anime fight. Also because I feel like Iroh probably would have rocked Azula in like 3 seconds, you know? Oh, not Azula, but Ozai. Sorry, no, sorry, not Azula, Ozai. Yeah, because it was like, do you want to go fight Ozai? And it was like, if I fight Ozai, like it's just a coup. If Aang brings down Ozai, then it's like the world peace or whatever. Why is Steven's humanist solution to White Diamond not as good as Aang's? Because the comparison there would have been like, if if Aang had met a fucking Ozai, and Ozai had been like, I deserve the world. It's my world. Aang had been like, you look pretty silly right now. And then Ozai had cried for a while and apologized, and then like kept his power. That would have been like at the end of Avatar, Ozai had his bending taken away, was locked up for the rest of his life, presumably. The comparison to Steven Universe would have been the difference being that the diamonds killed way more people than Ozai ever could have. So yeah, literally would have been like going up to Ozai. You look pretty silly right now, Ozai. You always need things. Isn't it that you look real dumb, Ozai? And then he like cries and falls off a rock or something. And when he wakes up, he's like, I'm gonna dedicate the rest of my life to humanitarian. That's that would have been that would have been the comparison, I think, to the end. Do you see the testimony today? No, that's the point of the stream, to watch the testimony. Yeah. I mean, theoretically. That happens after he already succeeded 98% of the evil plan. Well, they undid the Fire Nation shit. I mean, the colonies got turned into the neutral territory for Korra. But like, I think stopping the genocide was probably. Oh, sorry. I ate rice and beans. I power ate rice and beans right before stream. Yeah, the United Republic. What are we looking at? Why? Yeah, ATLA was assassinated. Yeah. Did Steven's dad and Pink Diamond fuck? Canonically, yes. By the way, Vaush, I think the bad revolutionaries in ATLA wasn't too bad considering the whole gang was a bunch of revolutionary kids, not against revolutionary action in the show. I do think one thing they could have done to make it way worse is imagine if instead of it being like a bunch of kids in occupied territory or whatever, imagine if instead it had been like a gigantic Earth Kingdom resistance force or something. Because multiple times in the show, they do like support revolutionary action against the Fire Nation in occupied territory. Remember? Like one of the earliest episodes was them breaking those Earth Kingdom prisoners free from that ship, the metal ship, when they bent the coal or whatever. And they beat the fuck out of those people. And then it was like, yeah, you're free to go fuck shit up. Like, go forth, you know. It was just because Jet specifically wanted to flood that. Yeah, they show a lot of positive revolutionary action in the show. They're constantly getting, like, the colonized people to fight back. Remember when Katara became a superhero for, like, a week? Yeah, yeah, that was pretty good, right? Because, like, the Fire Nation people in that village were not villains at all. They were just kind of fucked by industrial pollution. Um, yeah, I don't know. ATLA is a good show. It's pretty good. Good show. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Good show. Pretty good. Pretty good. Good show. Pretty good. Korra was terrible. Korra wasn't terrible. It was just had a lot of problems. We're not supposed to get stun locked this stream, but already it's already happening. Also, Aang does a Footloose parody in a cave with a bunch of people from the Fire Nation. That episode was so fucking good, dude. When he like does the dance party with all those Fire Nation kids. There's some good lessons in there. Good morals. Good moral show. Happy little crackers. Except they're not crackers. You guys are. They weren't. They're like Japanese. Well, Aang isn't Japanese, but the Fire Nation people are Japanese. Because that's what they're. That's what analogous. You know. Also, the music slapped. I didn't enjoy the specialized niche power of the airbenders. Firebenders can bend lightning, earthbenders can bend metal, waterbenders can do blood, airbenders can just fly. Flying's pretty good. Also, I feel like the airbenders were like, the airbenders could do some dope shit, couldn't they? Like, I got the feeling they had some freaky strength, you know? They just weren't very militant.